the most important thing, the way I like to put it, is think like a partner. You don't wait until you become a partner to start thinking like a partner, and that would mean a lot of things, including thinking about risk management, thinking about diversity, thinking about profitability, and thinking about stakeholder management.
The most important one is, to my mind, the problem-solving skill set. Somebody who comes in with the attempt made to solve that problem is somebody who will be excellent and resourceful in public practice. And when I see colleagues coming into me who make the attempt to be the problem solver, they're the ones that I'd say they're potentially the leaders of the future.
In business world, I think the important skill for anybody to have in a successful career is this communication skill, especially in the accounting and finance professions. You have to understand and listener, being good listeners and understand what other people have in mind is understanding. But as well as you have the courage to speak out. I think that's important.
You need to be a visionary, and I think young people, the generation you, the millennials, have that braveness and courage to innovate and look into the future, use that in the business.
You need to enjoy the journey. So for you to make meaningful impact in your career, for you to do things that will stand the test of time, then you need to do what you love. So young people should start from the end, thinking what the end would be, even when they're at the beginning. To help drive your career, you want to do what you love to do. Making it to partnership is purely a business decision. In the end, it's going to be based on the business case that you put forward. Usually in a Big Four firm, you have a mentor, a counselor, or someone that's been allocated, assigned to help you grow and move through your career. This person will sit down with you to identify what your case would be. Usually you'll be presenting to partners from outside of a business unit so that they can have that independent, unbiased assessments of if you are ready for that journey.
We have to have the substance. And substance is technical skill. And we believe in our firm, technical skills is something we can change and develop. I don't care too much about how much you learn from the university. We do care how much you have in terms of learning attitude.
When you build your technical skills, do consider things like the digital ability. And that's not becoming an IT expert, it's just being aware of the trends around. Within the Big Four, you have an opportunity to be trained by the latest technologies, and I'm sure you heard about blockchain technologies and Bitcoin, that some of the first companies in the world that embrace that would be the Big Four, and together with them, they would support their company. So it's a great environment to develop your digital quotient. You may have to consider the understanding customers, and you think, what does it have to do with the Big Four? Well, because professionals, accounting professionals, becomes more business advisors, they will need to understand the customers. And you think, yeah, but that's a marketing skill. Actually, it's not. It's what makes you a rounded professional, a trusted business advisor.
More and more so, particularly because of some of the issues around corporate failures and others, the focus, I believe, is rightly coming back onto the area of integrity and professional ethics. And I think that's so important for the accounting profession because there is a lot of trust put in accountants. There's a lot of trust put in partners of firms and in particular firms that have exposure to public interest entities, and trust is so important, and it is vital for both professional accounting bodies and professional accountants to ensure that their ethical compass is always pointing in the right direction.
You also need to have a global acumen. Most of our clients in these days do not just operate in a jurisdiction. So you have globalization sweeping across the continent. So most of the companies you either work with as a practice have footprints in different jurisdictions. So how savvy are you around global issues, economic issues that impact not just on your business, but on the sector entirely? So you need to show that you have that business acumen. You can create opportunities, leverage the global network that the firm has to drive value and to stimulate growth for your client.
It will be hard work that will get you there. And I believe it's a great privilege to work in practice because, of course, what you do get is you get the opportunity to work with so many different clients. I think it's quite uniquely different to being, for instance, a financial controller in an organization. So there's so many different ways, but clearly the way to progress through the ranks is to ensure that you have a very strong work ethic, and I think that is sensible, and it probably is logical for anybody to hear that is the fundamental foundation of progressing in practice.